Yo, what's up? What's up, what's up, what's up? You got me and the dog here. I'm gonna get busy. Help some people. Ryan said, I want to hear about why your blinds behind you are halfway up. Actually, it's like that because when we leave, my wife is a hairstylist. I don't know if you guys have heard my story, how I got started, but wife's a hairstylist. She still does that. She loves it, takes care of clients. And so she leaves. I'm gone during the day. I got my office. And our dog, if we don't leave the blinds open so she can like stare out and see, she'll tear stuff up. So we leave them up so she can like stand, she'll just stand here all day and just look outside. It's kind of sad and it's funny, but it's awesome. This is the easiest question I've ever answered. Let's talk business. Renee says, you guys pump out so much quality content. How do you find the time? It's a great question. I wake up early and so does Chris. And we read a lot. We read all the time. Input and output and how to kind of set up those organic systems. And the way I do it is I've trained my brain to think about it all the time. All the time. Remember when you were first learning how to ride a bike or first learning how to play checkers or something? It took you forever. You had to process it and think about it. But then it became habitual and you didn't have to work as hard. It's the same with this and coming up with content and writing, all of the above. Give you an example, like anything that happens in my life, I can take it and make an example. I can make a piece of content out of it. Today I was going to the bank because I needed to get TSA pre. I had an appointment at 11:40 and I sat there and the person who's in charge of the TSA pre started taking people before me. And TSA pre told me that if I made an appointment, then appointments were prioritized over walk-ins. So she started coming in and she started taking appointments. And it's the exact same in people's marketing. Don't you think that people who click on every email and they watch every video and they attend every webinar should be treated differently and probably with more attention and more care than the people who just come in and randomly open emails? But what happens when a marketer treats every prospect the same is the exact same feeling that you get when the TSA lady walks in and starts taking walk-ins ahead of appointments. But there are stories that happen to you all the time, that you can just take them and flip them into organic content. You can flip them into emails, right? Talk about how there's a better way to do this. There's a better way to do that. I remember I was watching Band of Brothers. Have you guys ever seen Band of Brothers? This is like 2 years ago. It's an amazing miniseries about World War II. At one point, they were talking about how all of Britain's England's supplies were coming from one channel. The Nazis shut it down and the Great Britain started dying. Like literally, they started running out of supplies. And I remember taking that story and talking to our list about how sometimes when you only have one stream of acquisition for your clients, it's very easy to just get shut down. You have to have multiple streams. If you're just relying on referrals, your business is like Great Britain in the middle of World War II, where someone can come just sweep in and take it from you. You just take it and you apply it to everything else. But you gotta practice. It's the thing, you gotta practice. You gotta do it often. Alan Burr says, do you run organic like a content calendar? Absolutely, absolutely. When I first started, I would actually plan it out every day. So let me show you guys this. If I pull up my Evernote, I use Evernote to keep track of content ideas. So let me just pull this up real fast so you guys can see my... So I keep all of my ideas for organic in an Evernote. So you can see I'm just like literally just posting random stuff in here. And I've got this here, and then I've got another folder called Ideas and Thinking. And sometimes I'll put content in here as well. Moral of that story, Alan, is I'll put everything into Evernote, and then I'll just go through and assign them to days. And I'll post different things on different days. And then I also sometimes use a tool called Buffer to schedule all that out. This is the dichotomy. This is what's so weird. You guys want me to just be honest with you real quick? Vulnerability tea time with Taylor. Here's the dichotomy. It's almost like the more people we offend, prospects on the outside, the more people relate with us and come in and we're able to help. And so when we were like, hey, when we say things like, hey, the more hate you have on an ad, the better. It's not like, oh, these are the things that business people say to make them feel better. It's actually true. Like there are times that I wrestle with making a post because I'm like, this is going to make some people mad, and this is going to make people that I like mad. It's easy to make someone mad if you're like, that person's dumb and I don't care about them. But this is going to offend friends of mine. This is going to offend people that have been following us for a long time. But if your focus is on impact, you cannot just play the middle. You can't do it. Because what will happen is the people who really need you, they'll just start ignoring you. And the people who never really need, they're never going to work with you anyways, they don't care, they're just going to keep following you. So you're playing to the wrong crowd and pandering. So you need to go out and you need to stir up some ruckus. Y'all go to my profile and see how often I rant. It's probably once a week. I'm just going off on something. Sometimes people are like, oh, my organic's not working. It's like, you're a chicken. That's why your organic's not working. Like, nobody knows what you stand for. Nobody has a clue, like, what you're even talking about. Don't be a chicken.